Hi all. The target of the presentation is to discuss about core Java topics. Mainly, while facing interviews, what are the questions we may face in interviews? That questions and that questions related topics we are going to discuss in this presentation. Let's start the session. What is Java interface? This is one of the questions we frequently face in interviews. Okay, till Java 7, it has only two things like one constant variable declaration and abstract methods. From Java 8 onwards, the Java 8 provides the features like constant variables, abstract methods, default methods, and static methods. On the screen, we can see the interfaces features that are available from Java 8 onwards. Like the component interface. In that interface, you have the three operations like one abstract operation, another one default, and final one static operation. Okay, so this abstract operation that we need to provide the implementation while implementing this interface for any class. Okay, we have default method add. Okay, we have provided default implementation here itself. Again, we have static method mul. Okay, here also we have provided the implementation. So we can override this implementation while implementing the interface with any class, or we can use the same as it is the default implementation. But abstract method that we need to provide the implementation things while implementing this interface with any class. On the screen, we can see the implementation of temp1 interface. Here we have overridden that the abstract method div. Okay, so at the same time, like we have created instance of the interface. We invoke the respective operations. This is how we create interface with the help of Java 8 features. We'll invoke and will call to the respective operations. Java 9 provides few changes in interfaces. That and all, like constant variable declaration, abstract methods, default methods, static methods, private static methods, both private methods and private static methods introduced in Java 9 version. On the screen, we can see the interface, the declaration. At the same time, we have abstract methods, default methods, and static methods. On the screen, we can see the private methods of interfaces. So, like how we have used the private methods in the interfaces. We can see those things on the screen. Rules for using private methods in interfaces. Like private interfaces method cannot be abstract, and no private and abstract modifiers together. Private method can be used only inside interface and other static and non-static interface methods. Private non-static methods cannot be used inside private static methods. We should use private modifier to define these methods and no lesser accessibility than private modifier. Here I'm just providing information about abstract class because this is the basic topic in Java, right? So I'm just providing the basic information about abstract class. So we can refresh the abstract class while working with Java technologies. Abstract class is declared with the abstract keyword. It may have both abstract and non-abstract methods. An abstract is a Java modifier applicable for classes and methods in Java, but not for variables. The observations while working with the abstract class are an instance of an abstract class cannot be created. Constructions are allowed. We can have an abstract class without any abstract method. There can be a final method in abstract class, but any abstract method in class cannot be declared as final. Or in simpler terms, final method cannot be abstract itself as it will yield an error. On the screen, we can see the uses of abstract classes while working with the Java technologies. Java functional interfaces. This is one of the main features introduced in Java 8. Uh, like a functional interface is an interface that contains one abstract method. what I'm trying to say here is like, any functional interface that has only one abstract model means it would become an functional interface. Okay, so the Java 8 provides the annotation, functional interface annotation, while creating any interface that we want to create as functional interface. So we can annotate functional interface annotation with that interface. On the screen, we can see the example of functional interface. Here, we have interface square. It has annotated with the functional interface annotation. So it becomes a functional interface. At the same time, here we have declared only abstract operations. So automatically, whenever we declare only single abstract model in interface, that will become functional interface. Below we can see the class test. There, I just provided the information how we can use that functional interface. Square is the functional interface. Just we have one abstract model calculator, right? With the help of lambda expressions, I'm just providing the implementation statement to the interface squares. Okay. So with the help of the interface instance, I'm just invoking the calculate method and passing the value. Already the 5 value assigned to the a variable. Okay. So finally, I'm printing that output that one provided by the square interface calculate method. Okay. Streams. This is one of the feature introduced in Java 8. Okay. There are two types of operations in streams. One intermediate operations and another one is terminate operations. Here I just provided one diagram for understanding purpose. So stream input operation 1, operation 2, operation 3 up to operation m. Okay, this and all called as intermediate operations. After that we have terminal operation. With the help of terminal operation, they will write the output. Okay, this is the basic information about streams that and all introduced in Java 8. In general, we used to face the benefits of Java streams. Why we are using Java streams? Why you want to use Java streams while coding any functionality? In general, we used to face this kind of question. Okay, for that, here I have provided the information, like the benefits of the streams. Okay, the thing is no storage, pipeline of functions, laziness, can be infinite, can be parallelized, can be created from collections, arrays, files, lines, methods, and streams, integer streams, extra. Okay, this is the benefit. This and all the benefits of Java streams. On the screen, I just provided the usage of streams with the help of list of objects. Here we can see, like I just created a list of objects. Um, like the named as list of lists. Okay, so the list of lists invoking the stream operation. I'm just mapping that stream to the list. Okay, that stream to the list. Filtering the list of objects starts with S. Okay, mapping with some modification, like transform each element to uppercase. Okay, remove duplicate elements by using the distinct operation. We are just removing the duplicate elements. We are starting and adding this to map. Actually, with the help of peak, we are adding this to map. Okay, finally we are collecting the modified list of objects into a list. Okay, this is how we use streams while working on stream of list of objects. Okay, here I'm just providing the output, printing that list of the information that we have modified. Okay, this is how we use streams with a list of objects. On the screen, you can see the stream operations. Okay, filter map, filter map, distinct, sorted, peak, collection. These are all operations while working on streams. Okay. Below we can see I am just creating the list of stream objects employee is the poser class. I'm just creating the poser objects and adding that to the stream. Okay. Here we can see, like, with the help of the streams, already we have stream of objects, right? With that stream of object, I'm just filtering. You can see, like, EDA, that the E dot gets salary less than 400. Already we have employee objects, right? So we have provided the list of objects into streams, right? So with the help of stream, we are filtering that object contains that object salary less than 400. I'm just collecting as a list. Okay, this is how we use streams for pose objects. Okay, on the screen you can see the list of objects getting sorted with the help of streams. Okay, first I have created a list of objects. So I'm just invoking the stream method, and there I'm using sorted operation. With that, with the help of sorted operation, I'm just comparing the both object values and sorting and iterating the sorted objects and printing. This way, also we can use to sort the list of objects with the help of streams. Here I just created one product class uh, with the constructor. Okay, in the next screen, I use it to explain about the list of object. I mean, like, I create list of objects, and how can you how can you modify this list of objects with the help of streams. Previous screen, I just created product class, right? So here what I'm doing, like, just creating the objects of the products and adding that to the list. Okay, so we have a list that contains product objects. Okay, so with the help of streams, see here you can see, like, the product list is the variable of the list. It contains the list of products. Okay, so with the help of stream, I'm just filtering that object price greater than 3000. I'm just mapping. I'm mapping the price to the object. Okay, so the that one I'm collecting here, collecting to list. Okay, again I'm repeating, like, we have list of product objects, right? So each object having value. Okay, each object having price. Okay, so we have list of objects. So with the help of streams, I'm filtering that object price greater than 3000, or not. Okay, if that object price greater than 30,000, I'm again assigning that particular object. I'm assigning and mapping that particular object, which is having greater than 30,000 price. Okay, so that particular object I'm collecting as a list. Okay, finally I'm just displaying that object values. Okay, this is one of the way we can use streams for list of objects. Java method references. This is one of the feature introduced in Java 8. Okay, uh, there are different types of method references. Okay, reference to static method, reference to an insert method, reference to a constructor. Uh, Next screen, I will explain how can we implement this method references in Java 8. Okay. On the screen, we can see the implementation of method reference. Okay. Uh, the left side, we can see, like, sayable is the interface. It has abstract operation say. Uh, Here I am creating one class method reference. We have main method here. Uh, at the same time, I have created one static method in that class method reference. Okay. uh, Here what I'm trying to do, like, I'm just with the help of method reference, I'm referring the static method says something to the interface sayable. So uh, while invoking this, see, like, we have interface sayable, right? This interface having a single method say, single abstract method say. So whenever we, with the help of method reference, we assign any static method to that uh, interface. If you call that interface operation, this static method will get invoked. So So the main purpose of this method reference is like we no need to implement the interface abstract method, and we no need to implement that interface with the class straight away. We just create the interface, just create the static method in the class. There we just refer the static method to the respective interface which is having only single abstract method. Just know that method, this static method would get invoked, and the respective statement will get executed. Okay, this is how we use method references while working with Java 8 features. Okay. On the screen, you can see the initial method and the non-static method reference. Okay, here I just created sayable interface, just provided say abstract method. I created initial method reference class. There, I just written one plain operation. It's not a static operation. Okay. In the main method, I just created instance of the class initial method reference. Just like with the help of instant with the help of that instance object, I'm just referring that non-static method to sayable interface. That is the one way. Uh, the Again, we can see the second statement, like the same without creating the instance before referring the static method to the interface. Straight away, we can create the instance with the help of new keyboard and refer that the non-static method to that interface. So while invoking that respective method from the interface, this method would get executed. This is how we use method references while working with Java 8. Optional class, one of the feature introduced in Java 8. Uh, right, null point exception. While working with Java programming, we usually face null point exception. So sometimes, before going to write any statements, we use to check whether this object contains any null value or not. So based on that only, we'll go ahead with the remaining statements, right? So sometimes we may forget to check that null check, right? So that time we use it to get null point exception. So to avoid that, to overcome that issue, Java 8 provided one of the feature like optional class. Okay, with the help of optional class on the screen, you can see I just created words array of strings. Okay, array of strings. Okay, so there I just creating one statement, the optional statement of nullable. Whenever I'm just invoking the of nullable method from optional class. Okay, so passing one argument. So if that object contains null, it would not throw any null point exception. Okay. Instead of that, else what we have provided, like if null is present, that won't throw null point exception. We can provide that alternate option, like it has null value, like that. On the screen you can see the example of the optional. Okay. We have Java 17, right? So we say now the present version like Java 20 or Java 21. Mostly we are using Java 11 or Java 17. Okay. So see, the while attending any interview, they may ask about Java 17 features also, along with Java 8 features. So here, pattern matching for switch. This is one of the feature introduced in Java 17. So, like before, while working with any switch statement, we just pass the value from the switch, and case just check that respective value only. Here, before we don't check any pattern for that value, right? But here, uh, we have a facility provided from Java 17 onwards, like pattern matching. That value is a string, is integer, or any other type. We can check, and we can implement that respective statement with the help of the pattern switch. Okay. This is one of the feature introduced in Java 17. On the screen, we can see the implementation of the switch, how it would work. Okay, just provided the example for our understanding. Okay, sealed sealed is another feature introduced in Java 17. What we do, like what generally will create interface, right? We'll create interface. We'll implement that interface with any class, right? So there is no restriction. Any class can implement that interface, right? Here, with the help of sealed, suppose if you create any sealed interface, there we have a keyword permits. With the help of the permits keyword, we can provide that respective classes. Those are going to implement that respective this sealed interface. Okay, only those classes would get permission to implement that respective interface. So on the screen we can see vehicle is the sealed interface that permits car, truck, and motorcycle classes only. So only those classes can implement that vehicle interface. Okay, this is one of the feature introduced in Java 17. Linked hash map. This is one of the class. One of the class like interviewers used to ask like what is linked hash map. So there is no difference between hash map and linked hash map. Only difference is linked hash map would maintain the insertion order of the values. Okay, this is the major difference between the normal hash map and linked hash map. Both are non-synchronized only. On the screen we can see the programming examples of recursion and palindrome. In general we usually face this type of coding stuff while facing interviews. That's the main reason I have provided that coding examples here. Okay, on the screen you can see the string palindrome example. uh, just go through that the statements and we can able to understand how it has implemented. On the screen we can see the Fibonacci series implementation with the help of recursion technique. This is one of the questions we used to face in interviews. Okay, thanks for watching this video. The main purpose of the presentation is to provide the information while facing Java interviews. This is for senior people only, it's not for junior people. So senior people knows the basic things, right? That's the main reason I didn't provide that information here. I just provided the features that are all introduced in Java 8 and Java 17, Java 11 also. Okay, so I think I hope this presentation will help us to refresh while facing Java interviews. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.